Good evening, happy Wednesday, everybody. Let's continue that module we did last night. Yeah, that's a kicking. Oh boy. All right. Well, okay. So yesterday we did like front kick, right? So we do side kick, okay? Like low, middle, high, middle, low, middle, high, middle, right? So, ooh, ooh, ah, whew, oh, that's great cardio, right? Yeah. Okay. The other leg. Whew. Oh. As you can see, I'm not good at it, right? But I do it super fun, do it as an exercise, so yeah, so good. With the famous please. Wow. Ah, wow. Ah, 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 ah. Okay. Ah. Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. It's already Wednesday. Huh? Wow. Okay. Well, uh, so I got the first vaccine today. I mean, I did not want to, but my superiors at work, my parents, they did not give me any choice. So just to please them, yeah, I had first vaccine. 3 weeks later, I had second vaccine. And how do I feel? Well, yeah, I feel it. Vaccine, I feel it like some fatigue and a little bit of tendon soreness, but it's not too bad. So I took some ibuprofen, okay, because so I got shot on my left arm, somewhere here, and the nurse was very, very skillful, so I it was not painful at all. The shot itself, and yeah, I feel some tendon soreness around here, yeah, but minor, very minor. Out of 1 to 10 pain scale, this one's like 1 or 2, if that. Okay, so yeah, so I took some ibuprofen, okay, because obviously there's some inflammation kind of heating going on here, so to calm it down, I took ibuprofen. So, anyways, I'm still like catching breath. Uh, so this morning I added some paragraphs to the e-commerce paper. Actually, I added whole section, and the finished final product it has become something like used to be 77 pages. Okay, it sounds cool, lucky seven, right? I wanted to keep it that way, but this one section is so important. I had to make it into more than 77 pages. Then how many pages now? Something like 81 pages. So because I woke up very early in the morning, like something like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and I got nothing else going on. So in the morning before I went to work, so yeah, I just started writing and then republished it. Okay, and there'll be final version. Yeah, I'm not gonna work on more on that. And there are some word choices that I would have done differently. So because we talked about in this paper, economics paper, uh, power shift between elites. And Mr. Alvin Toffler, the futurist, he talked about he's one of the 3 main books is named Power Shift, which is very smart of him. Okay, he wrote Power Shift, Future Shock, Third Wave, something like that. Okay, maybe not in that order, but I have read his books. Okay, yeah, it's cool. So-called infotainment, informational entertainment. Okay, it's that kind of book. Okay, so um, back in the days, uh, something like the law of entropy. Okay, that's also kind of infotainment, information entertainment kind of book. And another book, Chaos, by New York Times journalist. Okay, so it was about kind of brand new scientific development. Uh, yeah, chaos theory. Yeah. Anyways, um, what else? Some kind and generous uh gentlemen and ladies in the social media alerted me that another essays like letters to editor was published in another paper. So I was very grateful to letting me know and also kind of supporting my campaign. Okay, very, very kind and generous gentlemen and ladies. Okay, so yeah, so once I learned that, I deactivated, unpublished that article in my campaign website, kind of blog website. Okay, because it cannot be, it's copyright by the newspaper. So yeah, but out of four, one of them still have not has not published my letter to editors, and I'm okay with that because it's published in my campaign website anyway. So, but if they decide to publish that letter to editor, then I will unpublish the same article in my campaign website. So no problem. So what is that one section about in the economics paper? Uh, yeah, well, word choice. Okay, I use the word phrase like between two elitist groups like Democratic Party, Republican Party, whatever. Okay, yeah, power shift between the two. But I would have preferred to use the term power transfer. Power shift, it sounds like spontaneous, kind of natural, automatic, spontaneous change. But power transfer, that's more artificial, intentional, artificial, purposeful change in power transfer from A to B. Okay, I would have used that terminology, but well, I have to call it an end on this paper, so otherwise it'll never end, right? So yeah, we'll take 5 minutes break, and I'll tell you about some about the final section of chapter 7, what that was about. Hint, if you'd like to guess, it's a critic about something, criticism about something. Another hint, a criticism of a country or nation. So I narrowed it down for you if you'd like to take a guess. What country would that be? I'm kind of giving it away, right? I mean, in the economics paper at the final section, what kind of country would I be criticizing? What country? It's kind of obvious, isn't it? Hmm. All right, let's take 5 minutes break, please. I refill this vodka. Coconut vodka. Alright. Yeah, so uh I criticize America. Oh my goodness. I'm running for United States Senate in Alaska, and I gave a healthy criticism about America, okay. But it was not flattering at all. Oh, my coconut vodka. Oh. So I made some comparison between Russia and America. And Russia, China, Cuba, people supported communist elites. And yes, some of them were deceived because communist elites, they did not give power back to the people. They took the power to themselves from aristocratic elites, like based on feudalism, monarchy, noble class, bourgeoisie, okay. But communist elites became bourgeoisie themselves. Okay? Yeah. So they use communism as a tool to take power to themselves from another elitist group. But Lenin in Russia, he actually did try to give power back to the people. Lenin, okay. So in Russia, Lenin still is very well respected. Stalin, yeah, not many people in Russia still like Stalin, but Lenin, yes, yes, there's still some respect for Lenin in Russia. Why? Because he did take lands away from those nobility and gave back to peasants, working class people. Lenin did that. Okay. Recently I read about it. I'm still learning about history. All right. So I mean, that kind of elitist deception happened in Russia, China, Cuba, North Korea by communist elites, right? They did deceive people, right? How about in America? Same kind of elitist deception happens? Oh yeah. Look no further than BLM, Black Lives Matter. Who benefited from Black Lives Matter? African American elitists. They got all the presidential appointments in like by President Joe Biden, like vice presidential the appointee, yeah, Miss Kamala Harris. She was African American elite. And how about all this Secretary of Defense, Secretary of whatever department, cabinet members? Yeah, those are African American elites. All right. So BLM, Black Lives Matter movement, what did it do to common working class African Americans who actually need help? Not much. Okay, not much change to their lives. But African American elitists, oh yeah, they got all the windfall after BLM. Okay, so BLM, it can be thought, I'm not saying it's true, but one way to look at it is a power transfer from Caucasian Americans to African Americans. Caucasian American elitists to African American elitists. That kind of power transfer, power shift. That's what happened after Black Lives Matter, BLM. Okay, it's not like BLM empowered African Americans who are working class. No, nothing changed in their lives. Okay, power transferred from Caucasian American elites to African American elites. Then will the money power come to trickle down to working class African Americans? Maybe, maybe in time. I don't know. I mean, if people donate money to BLM organizations, who get to take that money? Is it African American elitists? Or does that money actually go to African American working class community who actually need that money. I don't know. You know? How about COVID-19? Yeah, I mean, again, I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know. But one way to look at COVID-19 is this: yeah, medical elites, pharmaceutical elites, they get to benefit from all this COVID-19 alarmism. Okay, I look no further than Dr. Fauci, Dr. Birx, right, and I mean, doctors, they're great. They're working overtime to save lives. That's great. Okay. But at the same time, pharmaceutical industries, they do get to make a lot of money by selling vaccines. Okay. I'm kind of anti-vaxxer. Okay. Although I had to take vaccine today, but this was against my will. All right. I just relented reluctantly. Okay. How about climate change alarmism? Yeah, it's a power transfer to scientists. All of a sudden, scientists get all the headlights, perhaps governmental grants money, taxpayers grant money, and they get news coverage, interviews. Scientists, right? They get a lot of spotlight. Last year, climate change alarmism, actually 2 years ago. Okay, so yeah, power shifts, like Mr. Evan Toffler observed, like 3 decades ago, 4 decades ago. Okay, so he's cool, Evan Toffler. Now, he was once adjunct professor in Cornell University, like kind of guest professor, okay? And kind of like, I guess, sociology department, I guess, okay? And how about January 6th, 2021? Yeah. It's Republican Party elitists like President Trump deceiving working class people in order to perpetuate his power, in order to usurp democratically elected power of President-elect Biden to himself, President Trump. Okay? Yeah, he deceived people. Does it happen in America? Yes. BLM, COVID-19, climate changeism, uh, January 6th, those are very recent events. It's all about power struggle between elites to take control of the media coverage, money, power, fame, from one group to another, one elitist group to another elitist group by deceiving Americans. In year 2021, 2020, 2020, 2019, yeah, it is still happening in America. Elitist groups deceiving Americans to take power to themselves. It is still happening even in America. Yeah, it did happen back in the days in Russia, China, North Korea, Cuba, but when it comes to America, it is still happening. So we are in no position to criticize Russia, China, or Cuba, or North Korea just because they are communists. That's what I talked about in the final section of this paper. And I'm very glad the way it came out, this paper. Okay, it is republished, it's available online. I also gave nickname to China, communist in name only, Sino. Well, but I said no pun intended, please. I'm a huge fan of China. Chinese martial arts, Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism. I'm a huge fan of China, China's tradition. Okay? But communist in name only because China is not communist, it's capitalist country. Okay? I look no further than Mr. Jack Ma. He's a multi-billionaire. How many billions does he have? From what I recall, like $64 billion. Okay, he's just one of many billionaires in China. Private property ownership is allowed in China. That's not communism. That's capitalism. China is not communist country at all. It may be a totalitarian regime, but that's different from communism. Totalitarian regime means there's only one party in the country, one political party. No opposition party allowed. That's totalitarian. Yeah, China, Russia, North Korea, Cuba, they are totalitarian regimes. But China is not communist regime. Communism means community property ownership, no private property ownership. Okay, in purely communist country, there cannot be wealthy individuals and poor individuals. In purely communist country, there's no such a thing as private property ownership. Property is owned by everyone, just like back in the days in Native American culture, common land. Okay, so but even then, Native Americans, they did own some private property, of course, like head of the tribe. I bet head of tribe has some more fancier clothing, which is his own property, right? I think in Russia there are some billionaires there too. Okay, so Cuba, maybe millionaires. North Korea, oh yeah, millionaires. Yeah, the generals, Mr. Kim Jong Un's family. Yeah, maybe they are billionaires too. So the communist ideal have never once materialized in human history. So Mr. Karl Marx, who prided himself as a good student of human history, Mr. Mark, big time. Okay. I don't think he was a very smart man. I think he was a good man, have with good intention. He wanted to enhance the quality of life for working class. That's great, and he achieved that goal actually. Even in America, yeah, minimum wage, maximum work hours, workers' compensation insurance, and labor union. He did contribute to the enhancement of working class greatly. Yeah, let's give him due appreciation, right, Mr. Karl Marx. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, there's some merits there. Another thing I forgot to say in the paper is that it just occurred to me when I was giving you this narrative, then I forgot. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. International trade. Why is it good for America to export manufacturing jobs to Mexico or Latin America? Why is it good for America? I'll leave you with that thought. We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? If you want to take a guess, okay? Why is it good for America to export, outsource manufacturing jobs to Latin America? Or is it good at all? Or is there some argument for it? We'll take 5 minutes, okay? Then we'll talk about that, okay? All right. Thank you. Ah. Okay, so well, let's take a break from this academic discussion. So I asked my friends who got COVID-19 vaccine, and I asked them, okay, so when does this COVID-19 vaccine side effect, when does it happen? And they said about after 6, 7 hours. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know because it's been about 6, 7 hours since I took the vaccine earlier today. So I feel it. All right. Well, I kind of feel I'm gradually recovering from it. Okay. So, no biggie. Yeah. It's another day in paradise, right? Yeah. Okay. Argument for and against outsourcing American manufacturing jobs. Background. Yeah. Ford Motor Company, General Motor Company, GMC, whatever motor companies building factories in Latin America. Okay. And I think back in the days, like 2016, Mr. Trump genuinely cared about America, job loss, Americans, working class. I think he genuinely cared for them, and perhaps even today he still does care. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. Okay, but okay, argument against job outsourcing, building factories in Latin America, making cars there, then bring it back to America so that people can buy it. Argument against it? Well, how about American working class? So that was the main point that Mr. Trump made back in 2016, and he won the election. Okay, I don't think it was a deception based. I think he genuinely cared about working class of America. Okay, I don't think there was deception there. Okay, but that's what I think. I think he's a good man, Mr. Trump. Okay, he made mistakes. Okay, but we all do. Okay, yeah. Then let's fantasize. Okay, what if you run for president? Would you adopt the same policy? Like basically bring back, do not outsource to China, Latin America, just keep American manufacturing job only in America. Would you advocate for that kind of policy that President Trump advocated for? Uh, yeah, was popular. So that's what part of the reason he got elected back in 2016, right? So what's your stance? What's your opinion on that? Are you pro outsourcing or anti outsourcing of manufacturing jobs? I give you another minute, okay, if you want to think about it, okay? So, yeah. If you're new here, yeah, welcome. Okay, yeah, welcome to Humanology series. We talk about academic stuff here. Okay, yeah, it's intellectual entertainment. I mean, I'm not that handsome. I'm not like K-pop star, pretty boys. I'm not that. I'm not that pretty. I'm not that young. I'm 42 years old. I'm start do my best to cover up my balding spot, and so I may not be very entertaining to you, but what we do here mostly is intellectual entertainment. Okay, yeah, we talk about issues in academic standpoint, right? Uh, I'm a single guy because romance is very emotional language, and that's not my language. I am more good at rationality based language. Okay, so for example, abortion issue. All right, I might be wrong. I'm left leaning when it comes to abortion. I'm pro abortion. I mean, not pro, that sounds horrible. I'm pro choice. Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong. But if you speak in emotional language, then you will not be able to convince me, persuade me. Why? Because emotional language, I appreciate it, but it's not the kind of language that I'm very good at. Emotional language to me is like foreign language to me. Okay, I'm not good at that language. Okay, but if you can make argument to me in a rational based logic, science, even morality, ethics, then you might be able to persuade me, convince me that abortion is a wrong thing to do. Okay? But when it comes to sympathy based or anger based emotional kind of line of argument, then you'll not be able to convince me or persuade me because I don't speak that language very well. Okay, that's why I'm single because romance is all about emotion, right? I'm more like kind of like a geeky nerdy kind of guy. So single guy, not very emotional, but more like rational logic, mathematics, science, right? That's just how I am. Okay. Oh boy. Well, at the same time, I'm an actor. I have a performer background, so. Oh, I'm not gonna vote for him. I'm not gonna vote for him. Oh, I respect your freedom of choice, freedom of voting right. I respect your liberty. So, yeah, I'm not even asking you to vote for me. Uh, just thank you for having some opinion about me. Thank you for your time and space because my image, opinions occupy some space in your brain, right? Because you will remember me. And I thank you for the small space in your brain and also your time thinking about me. Thank you. That's what I would say. Okay. Of course, sin. Okay. Yeah, yeah. We do acting a lot here. Okay. If in case you are new here, welcome. Okay. We've been here for like by now like 34 years. Humanoid series. Okay. Yeah. It's very close knit community here. Okay. Not many people know about this. Okay. So anyway, it's just my friends. Okay. Family members. That's all. Now, uh, so exporting these jobs, manufacturing jobs. Okay. Yeah. If you ask me, okay, it is a tough question. Okay. But I'm pro outsourcing. Why? What's good in there? Well, if cars are manufactured in Mexico, if iPhone is manufactured in China, it's cheaper for American consumers to purchase cars and iPhones. And people like me, who make average American salaries or less, working class people in America, those American products like Ford Motor Company, General Motor Company, if it's built cheaply, I mean, less expensively in Mexico, if iPhones are manufactured in China, we can afford it. So those outsourcing enhances the quality of life of average Americans, working class Americans, because we can purchase cars, we can purchase iPhones. That's great for America. Okay. How about jobs? No worries, okay? We got better solution than what Mr. Trump came up with. Ideas, okay? So all up here, okay? Yeah, we create new ideas and new industry. If I become senator of Alaska next year, I mean, U.S. senator of Alaska next year, we're gonna start experimenting with brand new industries, okay? Like lobster, king crabs, razor clams, farming, aqua farming, marine farming, okay? Yeah. We'll farm kelp, seaweeds, edibles, right? And export. Create jobs, sell, produce and sell to Asia, Americas, Europe. We can make a lot of money. brand new jobs with brand new ideas, starting brand new industries, right? So they can be very exciting, right? Even if I don't get elected next year, I'm okay with that. Why? I express these ideas in media outlets. It's already out there. I expressed these ideas, the same ideas, last year when I was running for Alaska State Senate. I'm expressing about the same kind of ideas again this year in media outlets, internet, all right? Because I'm running again. Okay? If I never get elected in my life, I'm okay with that. Why? Because those ideas are already out there. Maybe some politicians will adopt those ideas and implement it. Oh, totally. I'm totally okay. Yeah. It doesn't have to be me. I just want America to create brand new industry, brand new jobs, and start making money. Yeah, I don't have to do it. I actually prefer not to do it myself because it will be too busy. Okay. Yeah, I let politicians, current and future politicians, implement those good ideas. By all means, yeah, I'm all for that. So that's why I publish these ideas. Okay. Whenever I run for campaign, election, whatever. Yeah, let them do it. Yeah, it does not have to be me. I actually prefer them do it. Okay, because I don't want to do all those works. Okay, so but running for an election, it gives me this pretext, motivation to write about it and publish it in some online outlets. Okay, that's why I keep running. To me, it's my moral and ethical duty, my mission, to share the knowledge that I learn from other people. Well, I have some of my own. What have I learned from other people? What have I discovered my own myself? I share it with the rest of the world in the internet, right? Yeah, just doing my part to make this world a better place. Mm. That's why I'm running. Okay, it's irrelevant that I get elected or not. Okay, because while I'm running for an election, I publish those articles to put the ideas out there. That alone, yeah, I did my job. So whether I get elected or not, that's irrelevant because I did my job. Sharing of knowledge. Okay, so yeah, that's what my campaign is about actually. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes. 5 minutes, please. Yeah. Mhm. We're working together, right? It's collaborative effort. I'm just a representative of this era, this great generation, right? Yeah, but 90% of things that I present to the people, 90% of that is from other people that I learned from other people. Okay, 10%, yeah, something I discovered on my own. Mhm. And I present it to my campaign trail. Yeah, it's very constructive, healthy kind of campaign. Okay, so all right, we'll take 5 minutes, please. Oh, oh. Yeah, sorry about the hair. I have some haircut maybe in a couple of days. Okay. Okay, I think I fully recovered from the COVID-19 vaccine fatigue. But that's good. Yeah, yeah. And alcohol helps. Okay, whiskey works. Ibuprofen it help too. Okay, so yeah, I'm not against pharmaceutical industry. Okay, I'm just giving them healthy criticism once in a while so that they become better people. That's all. Yeah, I'm not against pharmaceutical industry. You know, they're doing good job. Okay, yeah, they're trying to save lives. Okay, yeah, they're cool. Okay, what else? Aqua farming. marry farming. Okay, there's another aspect to that. Okay, so uh, I read recently. I read in my spare time. I read an article about nuclear icebreaker. Can you take a guess what that means? Nuclear icebreaker? Huh. Maybe you already know. Okay, but it was quite new to me, so I'm just sharing with you. It's very interesting stuff. I first learned about it in Google YouTube. YouTube, okay, documentary. So what does this nuclear icebreaker means? In case you haven't heard this term. Well, I just take a guess, okay, if you'd like to. I'll give you a minute. Hint, it started in Russia. Okay? Yeah. Nuclear icebreaker, okay. I was just watching Russian documentary. Okay. Nowadays I'm learning Russian language because in Alaska we have Russians, fantastic people, Ukrainians, Uzbekistans, okay. They're great, okay. So we have in Alaska two FM radio channels that's spoken in Russian, okay. Just like in Los Angeles, California, you have multiple uh, Spanish radio channels, right? Yeah. So when I was in Los Angeles, California, I learned Spanish to take advantage of that radio Spanish channels, okay. Now that I'm in Alaska, there are two radio stations that's speaking like Ukrainian or Russian. They're pretty much similar, okay. Yeah, so I want to take advantage of that. So yeah, I'm studying Russian now. How do I study it? Well, I drive my car back and forth from my house, this house, to work, back and forth, and I turn on the Russian language radio channels or the CDs, tutorial, Russian language, tutorial CDs in my car. Okay. Yeah. I bought from Amazon.com. I think Amazon is a great company, by the way. Okay. For a long time, Amazon.com, they did not make any money, but investors, they were patient. And now they are getting handsome return on investment. Yes, patience, it paid off. Okay. Yeah. Great. Because investors to Amazon.com back in the days, we're talking about like dot-com bubble era, like 1990s, early 2000s, okay. Amazon.com did not make any profit for a long while, maybe for a decade or so, okay. Maybe for 15 years. But investors knew Amazon.com has very good ideas. So they were patient. They waited for the very first day that Amazon.com started making money. And it did, right? Yeah. So they got the handsome return on investment. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Great American story, right? History. Yeah. So was nuclear icebreakers in Russia? I was just watching Russian documentary because I'm a huge fan of Russia. I'm a huge fan of China too. Am I a huge fan of North Korea, Cuba, Iran? Yes. I think they're great people. Okay. Yeah. No country is perfect. All right. America, hey, look at us. Are we perfect people? Is America a perfect country? Utopia? Oh. All countries have different goods and bads, strengths, weaknesses. Okay. People are people. Okay. We all have weaknesses, strengths. Okay. Goods and bads. Okay. So I was just watching Russian documentary. Okay. In YouTube, and I was I learned about this ship in Russia in a town of Marmansk, Murmansk, okay, Murmansk, right? Yeah, close to Norway, okay, way up there, northeast of Russia, okay, town of city, big city, port town of Murmansk, okay. Yeah, they had this big ship, right? And they say it's like a nuclear powered icebreaker. Okay, because what is icebreaker? In the Arctic Ocean over Russia, Alaska, Canada, ship cannot go through because they're thick ice. Ice as thick as like 2 feet, 3 feet, 5 feet thick. Arctic Ocean, okay. I mean, during the summer, it kind of thins, but it's still there, right? So they used to use diesel powered ships to break through that ice during the summer when ice is thinner, okay. But it was not good enough, okay. So they need more kicks. So Russians, smart people, okay, great mathematicians, chemists are from Russia, okay. Great classical music composers like Tchaikovsky. You have great writers like Tolstoy, okay. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Russia, by the way, okay. Former Soviet Union, okay. Great culture, great people, okay. Russian language, Ukrainian language, yeah, very beautiful language, okay, and very difficult to learn too. I'm struggling to learn it, okay. It's so different from English, okay. When I learned English, yeah, it took me decades because English is so different from Korean language, right? Yeah, language barrier is very difficult to work on. Okay, it takes decades to learn a language. Okay, that's how it was for me, right? There's some others smart people who can learn it faster than me. Whatever. So yeah, the Russians invented this nuclear powered ship. It got more kicks in it, okay, as opposed to fossil fuel, right? And it worked. There's some incidents, right? Yeah, nuclear power is kind of dangerous, right? But it worked. Okay, so there are a lot of nuclear powered icebreakers ships to go through ice covered Arctic Ocean. That kind of ship, that's nuclear icebreaker. Okay. Quite recently, I used my spare time to update my profile in Bellator Bellotpedia, great website, and I'm allowed to mention their business name because they're national, they're big. Okay, Bellotpedia, they were very nice to me last year when I was running for Alaska State Senate race, Republican Party primary. Okay, I'm no longer Republican. Okay, I love Republicans, I love Democrats. I'm independent now. I'm non-partisan, unaffiliated, undeclared kind of. Okay. By the way, anyway, so yeah, I think Alaska can experiment with that too. Alaska used to be Russian territory. Back in what, 1867, yeah, Secretary Stewart, his effort to purchase Alaska from Russia. Okay. A lot of people in American politics in 1677, I mean, 1867, okay. Yeah, they opposed it. Yeah, they say Alaska, yeah, is waste of money. But Mr. Stewart, Mr. Seward, secretary of whatever department he was in. I don't know what department he was in. Maybe secretary of treasury, secretary of state. I don't know. Okay, 1867. That year I remember. Okay, so he convinced Congress, senators, Congress people. Okay, Yeah, and also the president, who was the president? I don't remember. Okay, back in 1867. Yeah, so America purchased Alaska from Russia. Okay, and the rest is history. Okay, yeah. So global warming. Okay, yeah, ice melting. Okay, so I think it is real. Is it anthropogenic? Yeah, maybe at least partially. Okay, yeah, global warming. Yeah, let's take advantage of that. Okay, yeah, the trade route or tourism route in the Arctic Ocean above Alaska, above Canada. Yeah, we can do that, all right? So I expressed this view in Bellapedia, fantastic website. Okay, yeah, I expressed this view. Okay, so because it's not from me. No, I learned it from other people. Okay, yeah, just sharing of knowledge. That's all. Okay, yeah, we can make big money. Okay, ports, harbors, restaurants, hotels for the tourists or navy ship, whatever, some international shipment, cargo ships, harbors, restaurants, hotels, okay, entertainment, Arctic Ocean, okay. Oh yeah, Alaska can make big money, okay. But I think Alaska, my recommendation, uh, I think we should learn from Russians. Work with them to learn from them to explore this possibility of nuclear icebreakers in Alaska. It got more kicks in it, okay. Yeah. Fossil fuel, yeah, diesel, yeah, even diesel, yeah, it's not good enough to break all this ice, okay. But Russian people, Russian scientists and engineers, they succeeded in developing nuclear icebreakers ships, okay. Yeah, I think Alaska can do that too if we learn from Russians. Yeah, let's humble ourselves and learn from other countries. Yeah, that's one of the views I expressed in this economics paper, last section of the last chapter. Okay. Yeah, I also quoted. I took the liberty to quote Mr. Jesus Christ of Christianity. Okay, let's learn from another. Okay, let's humble ourselves. Let's love one another. Okay, let's live in peace. Learn from each other, humble ourselves. Let's love one another. Okay, it's very Christian love concept, international love, brotherhood, sisterhood. Okay, so Mr. Jesus, I'm a huge fan of that man. Okay, he's cool. All right, he said in the New Testament, somewhere in the Bible. Okay, hey, I'm Mr. Jesus, Son of God. Okay, I shall give you a new commandment: love one another. Okay, yeah, okay. And God said in New Testament, oh, Jesus. He's my son. Hear him. Listen to him. Obey him, okay? Because he's my beloved son, okay? I can't believe in that, okay? Because I'm kind of Christian, more than a little bit, okay? Yeah, I'm kind of secular too, okay? So yeah, I do criticize Bible, even Mr. Jesus, even Mr. Jehovah, Bible God, okay? Biblical God. I do criticize them, but by and large, at the end of the day, I'm kind of still Christian. Okay, so I think the Bible written by Jews. Okay, I think it's very beautifully written. Okay, Quran, I think it's very beautifully written too. I read some pages of Quran. I have Quran in my house. Okay, yeah, Islam Arabs, Muslims, Middle Easterners. Okay, Quran I think is very beautifully written. Okay, I'm neither Arab nor Jew. Okay, I'm Asian, Korean American. Okay, but I can appreciate Arabs and Jews. Okay, Quran, Bible. I think they are very beautifully written. Okay, it can cross racial, cross trans ethnical appreciation. I appreciate all races. I appreciate all cultures, nations. Okay, they're great. I learn from them. Yeah, they're fantastic. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes break. Okay, please. Yeah. Well, if you've been here before, yeah, God bless you. Thank you. You're good friends of mine for a long time, right? My family members, good friends for a very long time. Okay. If you're new here, welcome. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, humanology is like human knowledge. Okay, which is the space of sharing knowledge. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you. You've been here before. God bless you. Okay. Thank you for loving me. And if you're new here, welcome. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's take 5 minutes break. Okay. Yeah, I'm drunk. I'm at home. I'm not driving anywhere. After this, I will watch some movie or documentary or TV shows. Eating my dinner. Okay. Then I go to bed. I already brushed my teeth. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Ah, Okay, kind and generous ladies and gentlemen. So, uh, yeah, thank you and welcome. Okay, so sorry about my hairdo. Okay, so. I'm not gonna vote for him. He's drinking alcohol. He's smoking cigarette and he has balding spot. He's so objectionable. No, I'm not gonna vote for him. No, no way. Go back to your country, please. Why are you here? Why are you in Alaska? Huh? We don't want you here. We don't want you in America. Go back to Asia. Oh, you know what? You're a huge fan of Russia, China. Go back to China. I mean, go to China. Go to Russia, okay? If you're such a huge fan of China and Russia, and go back to Korea, North Korea, South Korea. I don't know where you're from, okay? Just get out of here. Huh? We don't want you here. We don't want to see you. We don't understand your English. You don't even speak English. Your accent, we don't understand your whatever you're saying, gibberish, okay? You're also drunk. You smoke cigarettes. You're polluting America. You're polluting the young hearts. You're corrupt of the youth. Just like Jesus was, just like Socrates was. Huh? No, you're not Socrates. You're not that smart. You're not Jesus. You're not that holy. Look at you. You're smoking cigarettes. You're drinking alcohol. You're covering your balding spot. Socrates did not do that. Jesus did not do that. You're covering up this balding spot like that and drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes. You're not holy like Jesus. You're not as nearly as smart as Socrates. You're dirty. Well, the thing is, I think that's why I can represent people. Well, maybe Americans are cleaner than me, okay, but I think I can represent uh at least some Americans because maybe I'm the dirtiest, I'm the most sinful, most unholy of all Americans. But you're not even American. You think you're an American. You know you're not American, and you're at least, to say the least, you're not American enough. We're acting, okay, by the way. Yeah, I'm a former performer. I used to be an actor, okay. So. I used to be a writer too. Well, I'm still a writer, okay. We're acting, improvisation style. Welcome to humanology, okay. If you happen to be new here, we do this all the time. Yeah, we do acting. I'd be like, okay, yeah, but so why did I come to America? I used to be in Korea. I was born in America. That's how I got my citizenship by birth, okay, back in 1978. All right, pass away before you're born. Okay. Okay. How old are you? Okay. If you're 19 years old, well, guess what? Maybe you're born and raised in America. You never left this country for 19 years. Okay. And guess what? I was born in America just like you did. And yeah, I lived in Seoul, South Korea for 18 years, 19 years. Okay. And I lived in America for 23 years, 24 years. Okay. So technically I lived in America longer than you have, young man, young lady. Okay, so okay. I'm 53 years old. I was born and raised in America. I never left this country. Oh, I'm sorry, my mistake, my bad, because I thought you were younger than me. Oh, I'm 42 years old. I thought you may be like 39. You look so young. So I thought you were younger than me. Okay. You know what? Maybe you can stay in this country, okay? Because maybe you're not as bad as I thought, and maybe there's some good in there somewhere in you. Okay, maybe you have some goods. Okay, maybe you know what? I'm kind of starting to like you a little bit. Okay, see and cut. Okay, so yeah, that's the acting there. Okay, so because you look, I have been in politics for 3 years at least. Okay, so uh, how it all started? Well, back in 2018, I passed the Alaska bar exam. I came to Alaska 2015. Okay, it took me 3 years to pass the Alaska bar exam. Why? Because I'm not that smart. I'm not that diligent. I would study bar exam, Alaska bar exam, every once in a while. Okay, so 2017, I took the Alaska bar exam for the first time. I missed by 1 point. My family members, my friends, and me, we had a good laugh. Okay, but I got some help from my friends. Okay, they helped me out. So 6 months later, 2018, I passed with comfortable margin. Okay, so I became a lawyer. Okay, before that, yeah, I used to work for Alaska state government, some private business as a computer programmer. In my spare time, I study for Alaska bar exam every now and then. All right, so yeah, after I failed by 1 point, I studied extra harder. Okay, then I passed. Okay, next year. So I was the computer programmer in Alaska. Okay, just back in 2018, 3 years ago. Okay, so I passed the bar exam, so I don't have to study for bar exam anymore because I passed. So what do I do in my spare time? And then I read in Google News, it was national news that this town I live in, Matsu Valley, they passed a law, city ordinance, plastic bag ban. I read in the national news, Google News. It made national news. It's from this town, okay. So I love plastic bags. Plastics, in my opinion, greatest one of the greatest human invention. Plastics, they are light. They don't break when you drop plastic bottle. They are light and they are cheap. And they don't rot. They are durable. I'm a huge fan of plastic. Okay. I don't like plastic surgery, but well, reconstructive surgery could be good. Okay. Anyway. So I wanted to voice my objection. I wanted to protest, voice my objection. So that's how I started to attend local political meetings to protest against plastic bag ban. That's how I got into politics. To voice my objection to plastic bag ban that made international news. National news. I read it in Google News. Okay. Voila, that's where I live, Matsu Valley in Alaska. Okay. In national news, 2018, March, April. Okay. This town where I'm living, making national news, the first plastic bag ban in America. But I love plastic bags, so you know what? I will start attending city council meetings and borough assembly meetings. Borough means county, okay, in Alaska. So yeah, I voiced my objections. Okay, that's how it all began. When I first came to Alaska back in 2015, I did not have in mind politics. No, I before 2015, yeah, I was in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where Ishinachi, Michigan. Okay, I was in law school. Okay, and I watched some because I had cable TV back then. Okay, in Michigan when I was in law school. Okay, I watch these Alaskan documentaries like Yukon Man, Alaska: The Last Frontier, some YouTube documentaries by Vice, professional documentaries, filmmakers. Okay, yeah, Mr. Harmon Course in Anwar. Okay, yeah, Alaskan Bundak Saints, homesteaders. I was so fascinated. I also read about this Into the Wilderness, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's why I came to Alaska without any job lined up after I graduated from law school, Michigan Law School, in 2 years, right? Without any job lined up, without knowing anybody, I just came to Alaska because I was so fascinated by Alaskan TV shows, produced and made, filmed by most likely Los Angeles, Californian documentary filmmakers. Okay, I just had to check it out, what Alaska is about, right? Yeah, by now I'm naturally rhyming, okay, because I studied poems, poetries, and hip hop, African American style, okay, so yeah, I can rhyme. That's why I came to Alaska, okay. I had no politics in my mind, okay, no, I just came here. We are so fascinated by Alaskan history, culture, nature, right? I just came because I wanted to be part of this Alaskan landscape, culture, right? That was like 6 years ago, 2015, May. Yeah, then later on, yeah, I got involved with local Alaskan politics because I was against plastic back ban because I love plastic bags, plastic bottles. Okay, it's great invention. Okay, yeah. So yeah, some friends of mine expressed this concern about plastics. Okay, somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, there's this big island of garbage, plastics. Okay, but they are clean. Why? They already washed all the organic matters eaten by fish, shrimps, okay. So clean plastics, plastic islands, yes, they're garbage. But in ocean out there or lakes, you have this sea glass. Do you know what sea glass is? I've seen them. Okay, they're garbage glasses. They are like round and kind of opalescent, translucent, great texture, superficial texture, okay? See glass. They're garbages. Okay? Yeah, all these broken glasses, they get rounded, smoothing out the edges in the ocean wave or lake wave. This attrition and friction, okay? They're beautiful. They're garbages, broken glasses. Sea glass, lake glass, okay. Yeah, I've seen that. Okay. How about sea plastic, lake plastic? By then, yeah, they will clean it up. Okay, so it can be highly prized item if we develop some technology to recycle them, just like sea glass. Sea glass is just broken pieces of glasses being rounded up by this friction, attrition. Okay, over the years they're clean, beautiful. Right? Yeah, sea plastics. Yeah, it can be sold if it's harvested. Sea plastics, if it's harvested and recycled, it can be highly prized items. We can make a lot of money off of that. Okay, so that's what we are talking about. Creative thinking, right? And we cannot creatively think if we are too busy. Okay, so some Belletpedia article, okay, that I wrote because they gave us candidates great opportunity to express our philosophy, opinions, issues, our views. Okay, so some of them I wrote. Okay, yeah, creative thinking. If I ever get elected as United States Senate for Alaska and from Alaska, by Alaska, okay? Imitating Mr. President Lincoln's Gettysburg speech a little bit, okay? Yeah, if I'm elected as United States Senator from Alaska, of the Alaska, by the Alaska, okay? Yeah, then we'll explore these brand new ideas, but I will only work 40 hours a week. Why? Mr. Arthur Schopenhauer, German philosopher in 18th century, 1800s, 19th century, okay? Yeah, he said, yeah, creativity, yeah, you need some leisure time. Genius, okay? Yeah, creativity, you need some leisure time, relaxation, laid back, okay? With some free time, okay? I learned from Mr. German philosopher, Herr Arthur Schopenhauer, okay? Huge fan, okay? Yeah, Parerga and Prolepomena, something like that, okay? His essay series. Yeah, to come up with creative solution, we need some leisure time, free time to think, to sit back and think things through. When we are alone, perhaps we are communicating with the nature, even with high and almighty God. When we are alone, maybe we are communicating with the nature and even higher and almighty God. Okay. So that's one of the reasons I came to Alaska, okay? To be free, to be have space and time, to have some leisure. In Alaska, we have plenty of hiking places, right? Clean water, beautiful mountains, clean air, plenty of space. I came to Alaska because it's such a wonderful state. But some other candidates, political candidates in the Senate race next year, okay? I business commissioner. Yeah, she's born and raised in America, right? America, Alaska, right? And she got some job in Washington D.C. federal government, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But her campaign advisors and herself, her campaign, yeah, Mrs. Commissioner, okay. They were like kind of condescending, arrogant, like it was a downward career movement. Like she's way up there, rising star in United States Postal Service, rising star, right? Some intelligence community in Washington D.C. and some U.S. Postal Service, which is great institution by the way. Inspector General's office and some Justice Department, whatever. Okay, but it was her campaign says, oh, but she was concerned about Alaska, so she had to make this downward career movement to save Alaska, to bring it out of this dirty mire. That's what her campaign portray her career movement as. And when I read that, I was very disappointed because that's so condescending and arrogant, so elitist, to say the least. She came back to Alaska, in my opinion, because she got this fantastic job offer by Governor Dunleavy. Okay. Yeah, Department of Administration, one of the biggest state government branch here in Alaska, okay, as a commissioner department head. And I think she has some political ambition. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? So yeah, I guess that's why she came back to Alaska. Right? There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Yeah, we are some people, including myself, we are ambitious politically, okay? But she portray she and her people portray herself, her Mrs. Commissioner, like, oh, she was way up there, Alaska is down there. federal government, Washington D.C., like U.S. Postal Service, which is great, okay, and intelligence community and Justice Department, okay, and coming down to Alaska, sacrificing her career to save Alaska. I have to voice my objection on that. That kind of narrative, okay. I don't think it was very smart narrative. Okay, yeah. Mrs. Commissioner and Mrs. Director or campaign manager, whatever. Okay. I don't think that was very smart move. I don't think they are being honest. Right? Oh, she's backed by National Republican National Committee, I guess. The Fox News, American, well, Open America News Network. She's backed by national in America Republican people. Okay, Newsmax, whatever. Okay, Fox News. Yeah, but I don't think her campaign is being very honest. Okay. Me? My campaign? It's just me. It's one man campaign. Zero penny campaign. I don't take any donations, okay? Why? I believe money belongs to the people, not to politicians. And at the same time, I don't want to work that hard. If I take campaign donation, I have to use it for campaign purposes. I have to write down all this accounting, okay? I don't want to do that, okay? I believe money and power belong to the people. At the same time, I don't want to work that hard. So I don't take any campaign donation. Okay. But the distinction between Mrs. Commissioner, Mrs. Director, okay, they used to be employees of Governor Levy. He's a cool guy, okay? Yeah, he's cool. But kind of elitist, okay? Later he became, okay. A little bit disappointed at Governor Levy. He kind of became elitist, okay? He hired all these elites, okay? Yeah, I was disappointed, okay? Not surprised though, alright? Because people are people, okay? He's just common guy, okay? Whatever. Now, I came to Alaska because back in 2015, to me, Alaska is the last America, the best state of America at the time, 2015. That's why I came to Alaska as an ideological refugee. The last America where there is still freedom and liberty and bravery, courage, traditional American value. Yeah, home of the brave, land of the free, or home of the brave, well, home of the courageous, or land of the brave, whatever. Okay, yeah, I don't even remember American national anthem. Okay, because I guess my memories ain't that great. Okay, maybe I'm too drunk. Okay, but back in 2015, when I graduated from Michigan Law School, okay, to me, Alaska was the last America where there's still freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of thought. As an ideological refugee back in 2015, yeah, President Barack Obama, okay, yeah, LGBT ideology, okay, and then all those ideological suppression. So I ran away. I had to run away back in 2015 after I graduated from law school, Michigan Law School, okay, to relax, to enjoy some freedom, space, and time. Because I thought back in 2015, Alaska is the best state in America, the last America where there's still freedom of speech, relaxation, still technological ease. In Alaska, we have electricity, cell phone reception, internet, paved pavements and paved roads, cars. I came to Alaska because I thought back in 2015, Alaska is the best state in America. That's why I came to Alaska. But Mrs. Commissioner, yeah, she says her campaign says, oh, she was way up there, Washington D.C., federal government agencies. Okay, nothing wrong with that. But oh, she said, oh, her campaign says her narrative. Okay, oh, she came down to Alaska, back to Alaska. She was born and raised in Alaska because she was so concerned about this misery of Alaska, the problems in Alaska. She wanted to solve this Alaskan problems. She was concerned about Alaska. So yeah, she made this downward career movement, sacrificing her career. She was rising star in Washington D.C., federal government. Okay, and she came down to Alaska to save Alaska from mire, from misery. That's her narrative. Okay, that's her campaign's narrative, and I am opposite of that. I came to Alaska because Alaska was way up there back in 2015. I wanted to escape from this quagmire of Law 48. I cannot speak for Hawaii. By the way, linguistically speaking, in Canada, you have either Kauai, okay? Kauai and Hawaii, I think they are very much related. Okay, so that's linguistical point there. Okay. Anyway, I came to Alaska without any job lined up, without knowing anybody. I've been to Alaska once, just airport hop, Ted Stevens Airport, okay, back in 1999, okay. Yeah, but I came back to Alaska because to me, Alaska is way up there as opposed to No 48. Well, Hawaii, I cannot speak for it, okay, because I never been there. My friends have been, my family members have been. I got no money to go to Hawaii, but I have some friends who are from Hawaii. I bet they're a great place. And some of my Hawaiian friends they tell me about this Hawaiian tradition. Great Hawaiian tradition, okay. Fantastic language and culture. Okay. Back in 2015, I came to Alaska because in my opinion, back in 2015, Alaska was way up there. I came to Alaska to better myself. Okay? To learn from Alaska because I was so fascinated by Alaskan history, culture, Alaskan native culture, Russian influence, and Scandinavian influence, Alaskan language, culture, people. I just watch a lot about Alaska in television, in YouTube, in Wikipedia. I fantasized about Alaska. I watched them only on YouTube, TV, documentaries. That was like 6 years ago. Alaska was way up there. So I fantasized about Alaska. 6 years ago, I came to Alaska and I was satisfied. Yeah, what they portrayed Alaska in television, TV shows, documentaries, it was just that, and actually, it was more than that. Every single day in Alaska, as an Alaskan resident by now, 6 years later, I'm still being surprised and impressed by Alaskans, all different ethnicities, languages, Alaskan cultures, Alaskan history. It's like surprise in every single corner. Okay, Alaska is something else. Okay, so I fell in love with Alaska. I'm new to Alaska. Yeah, I'm also not born and raised in Alaska like some Mrs. Commissioner. Okay, but I came to Alaska because I fell in love with it because I admired Alaska. Because to me, Alaska is way up there. Okay, I wanted to learn from Alaskans. That's why I came here. Okay. Mrs. Commissioner, yeah, she was born and raised in Alaska, but she came back down to Alaska from high and mighty Washington, D.C., federal government, okay? Because she was concerned that she thought, and her people thought, according to their campaign rhetoric, narrative, okay? I think it's all made up, okay? Yeah, coming down, okay, to Alaska to save Alaska because Alaska has some problems. It's way down there. It's kind of condescending and arrogant attitude. Okay, but that's not how I was. My attitude is not my attitude. Okay? It's like my feelings, personal feelings. Okay, to me, back in 2015, after I graduated from Michigan Law School, Alaska was way up here. That's why I came to Alaska 6 years ago to learn from Alaskans because they got something else. Okay, there's some cool stuff going on there. So I came 6 years ago and I learned the Alaskan way of thinking, Alaskan ways of doing things, independence, strength, diligence, discipline, okay, ethics, morality, religion, even philosophies. Yeah, survivorship, survivalist, living off the land, right? 6 years ago, I was unemployed, jobless for 3 months. I had some meager savings, okay. So I was for 3 months, 2015, I was living off of my meager savings, $33,000, paying my rent, okay. Yeah, go to Walmart, chicken thigh and ramen noodles, okay, microwave, okay, yeah, for 3 months. It was difficult times. 2015 for 3 months, okay. I was looking for a job, okay, for 3 months. I did not know anybody, no job lined up. Sometimes door to door knocking, okay. Online, yeah, master.com, indeed.com, okay. Yeah, submitting my resumes, okay. Asking my former employers for references. But after 3 months, I got computer programmer job back in 2015. $30,000 per year, $15 per hour. I was very happy. Why? Because you know what? I got this full-time job, computer programmer job, $15 per hour, $30,000 per year. Okay. I was very happy, although it was the kind of salary level that I had 10 years before in Los Angeles, California, Pasadena, California. But I was so happy because now I have a job as a computer programmer back in 2015, 6 years ago. Now I can pay my rent. I can buy my food. I can actually live here in Alaska independently without taking loans or borrowing money from my friends and families. I can pay my bills on my own. Yeah, as a computer programmer, 2015, 6 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I was so happy. Yeah, $15 per hour. $30,000 per year. Okay. Oh, I was so happy. Although it was the same kind of money that I was making 10 years prior in Pasadena, California, as a computer programmer. Okay. Yeah, I was so happy because I was pursuing my dream. I'm in this dreamland, Alaska. I got a computer programmer job. And I can pay my bills. I'm not Alaskan tourist. I'm not here in Alaska as a tourist, but I'm here as a resident because I have a job. I can pay my bills. I was so happy. Okay, we take 5 minutes break, please. Okay. 2015, 6 years ago. Okay. This one, yeah, it's part of campaign speech. Maybe I'm being good at acting, okay, but at the same time, I'm just telling you honestly what happened 6 years ago, okay. It was beautiful. Okay, we take 5 minutes, okay. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Okay, p.m. Yeah, Alaskan summer is coming, so I'm sorry about this. I guess I'm kind of emotional too. Okay, yeah, yeah. I cry sometimes. Yeah, I'm emotional too. Okay, so when it comes to this narrative, okay, coming to Alaska, yeah, yeah, very intriguing place Alaska is. Okay, so wealthy, rich history. Okay, I'm still learning about Alaskan history. Okay, there's just fascinating history. Okay, Alaskan history is something else, right? So I'm Mrs. Commissioner and Mrs. Director or campaign manager, or whatever. Uh, yeah, I think they're kind of new in politics. Yeah, Mrs. Director or campaign manager, spokesman, spokesperson, spokeslady. Okay. Yeah, she's kind of young. Okay, she been to politics before, but when it comes to Mrs. Commissioner, the candidate herself, she's kind of new in politics. Okay, so I can tell they're making some errors. Okay. Well, last year I'm kind of new in politics too. Okay. Yeah, I did make some mistakes. Okay, but it's my second time running. Her first time running. Okay, so I can tell the kind of mistakes, errors that she's making. Okay. Okay. Some political seniority. Okay, because I ran before last year for the first time last year. Okay. Is this year is my next year where is my second time. Okay, so I'm more experienced. I'm more nuanced, more subtle. Because I learn from experience. Okay, so this fantastic company. Okay, Bellopedia. They ask these candidates bunch of questions to answer. Okay, they're great organization. Okay, I give them some political donations. Okay, out of my pocket money, not much. Okay, how many dollars? $20, $35, something like that. Okay, because that's all I can afford. Okay, because I'm not wealthy man. All right. Yeah. So they asked us candidates. Yeah. Like, what is your political philosophy? Those are smart people. Okay. Bellopedia. Okay. Yeah, and they asked us some other questions like very good questions, profound, philosophically. Okay. Like, oh yeah, some. Very good question. Not prof. There's some philosophically profound question, very deep down. Okay, but some other questions are more fun, entertainment sake. Okay, yeah. What's the model? Campaign model? And I was like, yeah, I thought about it for like maybe a minute. How about this? Okay, Alaska is great now, but let's Alaska. Let's make Alaska even greater. Yeah, it's kind of based on Mr. President Trump's campaign. Yeah, make America great again. Keep America great. Okay. Yeah, kind of based on a little bit of that. Okay. It was yeah, Mr. Trump is kind of smart guy. Okay, his people very smart. Okay, so I kind of took hints off of former President Trump. Okay, he got some goods. Okay, got some smarts. Okay, Alaska now is great. So let's make Alaska even greater. All right. So yeah, that's what I wrote. You'll see it in a couple of weeks. Okay. So if they approve, yeah, it will be published online. Alaska, in my opinion, do not have that many problems because Alaska are smart people. They're very strong and smart people. Okay. So Alaska does not have as many problems as some other states of America. Okay. Alaskans are very smart people, okay? They came to Alaska, okay, to be free, independent. They go through these long, dark winters. They're very heavily disciplined and smart individuals, and very beautiful too, okay? Handsome men, beautiful ladies, okay? Alaskans, they are very cool people, okay? So they know how to take care of themselves. Independent, okay? 55% of Alaskans are independent. Alaska is the only state in the United States of America where independents are more than Democrats and Republicans combined. I looked it up. Okay. Alaska is the only state in America where independents outnumber Democrats and Republicans combined. There's no other state like Alaska in their account. Okay. I checked. Okay. Yeah, it's no coincidence because Alaska represents freedom, liberty, independence. Okay, just like America once was back in the days. Okay? Perhaps how America is supposed to be. Right? So I wrote that letter to editors that it got published. Okay, some kind and generous gentlemen and ladies. They let me know in some social media. Okay, so I was very grateful. Okay, so, yeah. I mean, other states in America, I've been there. I was educated there, like California, Michigan, Wisconsin, New York, Wisconsin. Okay, fantastic states. Okay, yeah, also Georgia, Texas. When I was in the U.S. Army. Okay, great states. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So thanks to kind and generous ladies and gentlemen and ladies in Alaska. Yeah, this zero penny campaign very experimental. Okay, because I don't take any donation. Okay. It might be getting some traction gradually, slowly. Okay. So I might barely get elected as United States Senator from and of and by Alaskans. Okay. Next year. I think there's some small chance of that. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. In this economics paper, I said, yeah, future is an exclusive domain of God. No human being can tell how tomorrow would pan out. I did say that in the economics paper. Already published, republished, okay, so it's out there 24/7. Anywhere in the world with internet access, yeah, they can download this PDF paper, like 81 pages long, okay, yeah. Almost this paperback book length, okay, so yeah, it's out there, okay. So let's see how it goes, okay, yeah. Even if I don't get elected, yeah, gradual increase of name recognition, okay. We are more long-term based, long-term strategy like marathon, right, as opposed to 100-meter sprint, okay. Yeah, we are more marathon or like long-term based, long-term strategy, okay. So if I don't get elected next year, no problem, I run again 2 years later, okay. So yeah, and I recommend you to run as well, okay. If you are here, well, obviously you're a very ethical, moralistic, smart person, okay. Yeah, get there before I do. Why? Because I vote for you. Do the things that I can never do. Be bigger and better than me. Okay. Yeah. Take charge. Be the boss. Okay. Save the world. Be the leader in this salvation business. By all means. Okay. I prefer you to do that. Why? Because I'm kind of lazy. Okay. I don't want to do that myself. If somebody else can do it, they'll be more ideal. All right. But if there's nobody else, then I will do it. I just try to do it, okay? So that's why I'm running, okay? I'm doing my job. We discovered this gold, sapphire, ruby, silver, copper, right? The wealth of knowledge. What good is knowledge if it's never get used for the betterment of humanity, right? Yeah, this humanity series is not by coincidence, okay, we put human beings at the center of the universe. We are humanitarian philanthropists, okay. We want to save people. We are very much Jesusian, okay. We want to save people. We care about people, human lives, okay. When it comes to abortion, well, we talked about abortion issue way back when, okay, 2, 3 years ago, okay. So yeah, some conservatives, Christians, Republicans may question that, but I'd rather refer them back to about a year ago, 2 years ago, when we talked extensively about abortion issue. Okay, it's about animal versus human, divinity, animalistic stuff. Okay, and that's one other issue. But if I get elected, yes, I will talk about it for education's sake. Okay, if not, we talked about that enough in past human series, so we are not going to. Okay, what would I talk about again or later if I don't get elected? We talk about probability theory, mathematics, okay, population dynamics, mathematical model, okay. But if I do get elected, yeah, we talk about abortion again. Some scientific, religious, ideological, moralistic, ethical point of view, yeah, we talk about all that, okay. But otherwise, I won't, okay. I move on because we talk about abortion issue way back when, like 2, 3 years ago, in this very human series. Okay, so if I don't get elected, no problem. Okay, yeah, I just crawl back to my crawl space. Okay, yeah, mathematics, physics, economics. humanology, okay, no problem. Well, if I do get elected, yeah, then we can talk about abortion, LGBTism, tattoo piercism, sugar fetishism, obesity, all those taboo topics. Yeah, I'd be more than glad to talk about, have some discussion, open discussion, audience participation. Yeah, on live, okay, live TV or YouTube, Facebook, whatever, Instagram, Parler, Twitter, okay, yeah, we'll do all that. We have some good party, intellectual entertainment kind of party online, okay, no problem, okay. But if I do not get elected next year, yeah, just scroll back to my space, okay, delve into mathematics, population dynamics, biology, physics, humanology, okay. I'm okay either way, okay. That's why I don't try that hard, okay. I have my job, okay, so yeah, I pay my bills, okay, no problem, okay, so like some of my good friends of mine and family members said, okay, you going to politics? Go to politics after you become very wealthy, rich, because going into politics is a public service. Use your own money, okay? But that's what I'm doing now. I don't have that much money, okay? I'm running this smart campaign, zero penny campaign, okay? So I don't need that much money, okay? Because I work smarter, not harder, okay? I don't work that hard, hours, quantity. But to me, it's more quality of work. Okay? So, yeah. But then what am I wealthy of? Where am I rich, wealthy? Knowledge. Yeah, when it comes to knowledge, metaphysical scale, dimension, okay. Yeah, I think I'm very wealthy and rich, okay. So yeah, that's why I'm doing politics, okay. Because I accumulated this knowledge and wealth of wisdom thanks to other people who told me their wisdom experiences. Okay, yeah, yeah, I'm wealthy in knowledge because I learned from other people because they told me kindly, graciously. Okay, yeah, I'm very wealthy metaphysically speaking, wealth of knowledge. Yeah, so I wanted to volunteer to contribute. Yeah, politics. Okay, okay. Have a good night. I'm gonna finish watching this Ghostbusters movie. Okay, Sigourney Weaver, Miss Sigourney Weaver, and Mr. Bill Murray. Okay, Saturday Night Live alumnus. Okay, because I wanna finish watching that movie. Okay, so okay, all right. Happy Wednesday. Have a great week. Thank you. Okay, God bless you. Okay, thank you. I love you. Thank you for loving me. Bye.